It's three guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, two guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the O-Line Committee.
Up early here. Jay's on the road doing agent things. Boone training
Hula
the
Bowl,
next
baby.
generation. The Hula Bowl.
I gotta go to work soon. Let's go. Let's get this.
So
going.
where are we?
Orlando
We got the Hula Bowl. We got the Shrine Bowl. We got the Senior Bowl.
There's three big bowls. There's the Hula, the Shrine, and the Senior. Right now I have two guys in here in the Hula, three guys down here at the Hula, and then I got one at the Senior. But you can always play your way into the Shrine down here. So I'm hoping some of my boys have a great week and end up back in Frisco, Texas.
Let's get it. So we figure we got about 20 minutes here. Let's just do a reaction to some of the early. It's Black Monday, but it kind of leaks into the rest of the week. So there's going to be more stuff, I'm sure. But I just want to throw a few of the things that went down yesterday at you guys in dumb football questions form, and get your thoughts. So let's start with Jay's Giants here. All right.
How about Mara? Huh?
Are the Giants making the right decision by keeping everybody? I mean, you had planes flying, banners over the stadium, right? Are they making the right decision here, being patient when other teams are quick to fire?
Did you hear his press conference where he was like, "I'm the most frustrated, and I can't do this," and it's like, oh, they're getting fired, but I'm gonna be patient. It's like, oh man, I don't understand, I guess. I mean, I understand how Daboll's keeping his job. I love Daboll. I think the way he coaches, I think he's an awesome dude. I just think that when I look back on this year, it's kind of like we didn't have anything. And we didn't have anything from jump. And you got rid of our best player. And you got rid of him because of what? Whatever it was, money, ego. There's always ways around that. So everybody that's like, well, we don't have any money. There's always a way around the money. There always is. Got to be smart. Kick the can down the road. You do it. Dude, at one point, the Saints were $80 million in the hole. Like, there's always a way to go down, and there's always a way to get out. It is what it is. It's the league. They're smart. They're creative. But I was more surprised that Joe Sheehan kept his job just because of the whole Saquon thing and the fact that it's become such a meme this year for this team that Saquon's left. And not only that, but he went to your arch rivals. He's right next door, and he's destroying. He almost broke the rushing record. You're like, wait a minute, he's been on our team how long? Has he even gotten close like this before? 1 year in a new team, and all of a sudden it's a new guy. It's unbelievable.
Listen, I've told you guys this from the start.
Ding him.
Daboll inherited Daniel Jones.
Sensitive.
For sure.
Why did they hire Daboll? They hired Daboll because of what they saw him do with Josh Allen.
Correct.
No one anticipated Daniel Jones to come out the first year of Brian Daboll's career and win a playoff game, and now they kind of got pigeonholed into this, like, we have to pay him, right? And so I think Brian Daboll walked into Mr. Mara's office and was like, let me do what you hired me to do. I'm going to go get us a rookie quarterback, whoever I fall in love with, whether it's Shadur, whether it's Cam Ward, whoever. And let me do what you hired me to do and develop a rookie quarterback. And if I can't do that, fire me. Right? I think Daboll just laid his nuts on the table.
That's what I said. We agree with you.
Right. And I think that was I think that is ultimately why Mara said, okay, here we go. And then he looked at Joe Sheehan and said, get Daboll's guy. That is now your job, right? Joe Sheen's leash, this long.
Maybe
right?
it
That's
is.
just the nature. That's just the nature of what Mara did. He said, hey, Daboll is going to tell you who you want as a quarterback, whether it's a free agent. Right, because I could see Daboll saying, like, I don't love these rookies, right?
I could too, easily.
I could see him like, I don't love these rookies right now, but I do love Sam Darnold. I do love Sam Darnold.
Doesn't Darnold remind you a little bit? Does Darnold remind you a little bit of Josh Allen? I'm not putting him. He's not that athletic. I mean, Josh Allen is a generational athlete.
But that's the problem. Every time I think of Josh Allen, I think of massive running back that can throw the ball, right? Like at any time, and the whole time he's having fun. Like the whole time he's just laughing and goofing around and like pushing people away. That's where I'm like, do I see the arm talent that Darnold and Josh have together? Yes, they can heave-ho that ball as far as they want. Do they have the same athletic talent? Absolutely not. Josh Allen is a freak when it comes to being a quarterback.
But that's the thing. He's one of one.
Right.
I mean, he's a modern day.
Is Sam Darnold your next best choice? Yes, it is.
Would you rather pay $45 million for Sam Darnold if you're the Giants, and have Daboll work with a more already molded guy who's already gone through quarterback rehab school with the Vikings? Or would you gamble on Shador or Cam Ward with your third overall pick?
I think you don't. I think the
Dude.
nice thing about you is you don't have a lot of money spent right now everywhere else. So you're looking at this like, listen, we're going for Sam. If we're going for anything, why? And here's two reasons. Number one, I think what happened is the power position is now switched for the Giants. I think the power position goes head coach, GM, right? I'm sure they all got brought in, and he was like, listen, we're going to flip this. Whatever he says is now happening. You buy whoever he tells you to. You understand me? Whatever he says, you go out and get him. Get him whatever he wants. And I'm sure at the same time, Daboll was like, we have a short leash, dude. We don't have time to mold a rookie. We don't have time to turn around and be like, hey, you're going to give us tons of time. You're not. We're in a division right now that Philly is running away with. We have to be competitive with Philly.
And Washington.
And
Here's-
Washington is now jumping in.
Here's my two number one moves if I'm Joe Sheehan and Brian Daboll. I'm getting Sam Darnold and I'm getting T. Higgins.
Oh, for sure.
I am selling the farm because I just watched Sam Darnold with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
Destroyed.
Right? And I'm going, okay, give me two legit wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, T. Higgins, right? And let's go do this thing, right? Let's go do this thing. And then, I think Tyrone Tracy is going to be...
He's a stud. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. Guys are panicking.
Are you still getting the mortgage calls every 30 minutes?
That was
the refinancing calls.
I've got equipment issues with players down here, which is also
it's not funny.
Not great.
This is not the best time for Jay.
No, but anyways, so I'm looking at this going, okay, what made Sam Darnold successful, right? Okay, he had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I'm going to give Malik Neighbors, who's a budding superstar in this league. I'm going to go get T. Higgins as a legit number 2 wide receiver, right? Tyrone Tracy is going to come in and hopefully have a giant jump between rookie year and sophomore year as our running back. I'm going to get Andrew Thomas back. I'm going to need to get a right tackle in free agency.
So you need tackles, dude.
I think the Evan Neal experiment is over, right? So we're going to get a new tackle in free agency. I'm going to get Andrew Thomas back, right? And we're going to go here because you got to remember they have Thibodeau, they have Brian Burns, they have Dexter Lawrence on the front end. Like they need some help. They need some help in the back end too, but they have money to spend. Right. And I think that's another reason why they didn't want to restart this whole thing is because Daboll has money to spend. Let him go build his team. And I like that they gave him one more year. I really do.
You would probably, to get Darnold, you have to pay him, obviously, but you'd probably have to give up that 34th overall pick. Because the Vikings are likely to franchise tag him. It's not going to be the first round pick. I don't think it's going to be that. But
you're not giving up 3. You're not giving up 3 overall for Darnold.
But right? it might be 40 plus million a year and the number 34 if the Vikings franchise put him on the block.
I mean, if you're sitting there at number 3, are they 4 or 3? Are they 3?
They're 3. They're 3.
Right. If you're sitting there at 3 and somehow Travis Hunter's still there, you draft Travis Hunter.
That
and now
makes
you have Travis Hunter with Malik Neighbors. Right, so that's you can give yourself some options here based off what you want to do in free agency, and then plan for the draft accordingly. I think that's the vision that the Giants have. I'm here for it. I love it. I want it. You know me. I'm a Giants defender. I love my guy there, John Michael. But I really do think Daboll is very, very good at coaching. I think he's very smart. And he walked into Mar's office in classic Daboll fashion with a cigar in his mouth and said, "Let me do what you hired me to do."
Hey, you know what? I'm here with you for it, Jay. One more year. I'm here one more year for the Giants. I'm on board with this. As long as Daboll's calling the shots, I'm for it.
Yeah, I think I'm a Daboll guy. I know there's a lot of Giants fans that are probably just seething that all three of us are like, we're fine with this because you want change. But if you look, here's my next dumb football question for you guys. I don't think just moving off. I'd rather be a year late in some instances. Brian Daboll is a very good offensive mind, and what they did that first year going to the playoffs with Daniel Jones, he almost became a victim of his own success. Bad decision to keep Daniel Jones, but go in there. On the other side of town, the Jets are apparently interviewing literally anyone who's ever been a head coach or a coordinator in the country.
Everyone.
They have a list of, I think it's 14 dudes that they're interviewing for head coach.
They put in a request for someone who is currently a head coach in the National Football League.
I know.
They put in a request for Mike McCarthy.
The Bears did too.
So did the Bears, but here's why. Because his contract's expired. That's why. His contract's expiring, and so technically he's still under terms with them, and you have to ask them for that. But second, it's putting a lot more pressure on Dallas. That's what that's doing.
Has that ever happened in the history of ever?
Well, but he's going to be a free agent.
He's going to be a free agent. That's
you
why
know what
it
is?
Happening.
Couple things. It's a smart play if you think it's to plant a seed with Mike McCarthy. Hey, dude, you don't have to re-sign with them. We're interested
come away
too.
From Jerry World?
Right.
I don't know though. I don't know. I want to jump into the fucking Jets
my
world.
dumb question for you is, who realistically do you think gets that Jets job? Who does it and who should? Who would you be targeting?
I don't
hear me out.
The question is who wants that Jets job with a quarterback situation that makes no sense.
Hear me out.
They have to get that figured out first, because no head coach is going to walk in there and be like, "Is Aaron staying? Is Aaron not going?"
They told him.
I need a clear
Aaron
path.
in Egypt?
They already said the next coach and GM get to make the decision, and I think there's a name that's been floating around a lot.
No shot, dude.
Dude, what are you talking about? Woody probably went to his 15-year-old and was like, "Who should fire Aaron?" He's like, "Make the new coach do it." He's a great call, buddy. Listen, this name's been floated around a lot, and I know everyone's going to think I'm crazy, but I think the best coach for the Jets would be Pete Carroll.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now.
Did Jay just leave?
I'm leaving.
His name's coming
Stop
up in
it.
coaching circles.
He's
I'm not even
80
kidding.
years old,
They're
dude.
saying he wants back in, and people are like legitimately being like, "If you really want back in, we'll let you in." Dude, Pete is the most. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if you want to flip your moral compass for your franchise,
have we not learned from our mistakes?
I'm telling
you,
bro.
learned from our mistakes of trying to recycle coaches that the NFL has chewed up and spit out?
I'm just saying, this is the one time.
Wait, hold on. Was chewed up and spit out a pun on Pete Carroll? I see what you did there, Jay. Are they? But couple things though. Okay, was he really chewed up?
No.
I mean, things didn't derail in Seattle.
He lost that.
Don't even get me started on what was going on up there, okay? Because I'll do it. I swear to God.
Okay, do it, because I don't know. But from the outside perspective, it looked like he lost.
Pete never lost that team. I'm telling you right now, they love Pete Carroll. Because Pete is the same guy every day. Shows up energetic. He wants to see your best foot. Comes over, makes you laugh, talks to you, tells you a joke, and then laughs and goes, "Don't laugh at that," and runs away. You're like, this is the exact guy that you need. This franchise has been blown up from the inside out. They need someone to come in and be like, we're good.
Dude, Pete Carroll's 73 years old.
Tell me somebody that's going to want that job then.
Rex Ryan.
Listen, get off the Rex Ryan.
It's the same
thing.
issue.
Get
it's
off
the same
of it.
issue, though.
Oh, he's 60s and 60s.
He is not the same coach to me. Rex Ryan is not going to come in there and be, "It's not going to be a country club." Oh, well, way to start off the best foot forward, bud. I mean, at the same time, Pete would come in and be like, "All right, we got a little problem. Let's figure this out. Let's all talk about it." Like, he's just a dude that when things have gone wrong, he makes everybody laugh, and he makes everything great, and he makes you go, "You know what? We're in a shitty situation, but we can get out of this because Pete's the boss." And if he's not sad and he's not down, how the hell am I going to be down? Like, that's why I'm saying, I'm not, dude, listen, do I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be there next year? No, I don't.
Do the Jets sell out and make a push for Vrabel? Right? No. Do the Jets go,
"Hey,
Braves is going to the Pats." He would not do that to the Patriots. He would not do that to them.
I think we're all assuming that Vrabel doesn't feel jaded that the Patriots didn't go to him right away. Are we assuming that Vrabel?
Like a year ago.
Like that Vrabel was sitting there going,
not a diva.
"I was here, and you guys didn't. You wanted Gerard Mayo over me. Like, now I'm your backup choice, right? You got to." I'd be shocked if Vrabel wasn't slightly jaded, or at least he's going to use that as leverage, right? I think of it from a position of leverage. Like, what would be my leverage? Like, I'd want more money because of that. We'll see. But if I'm the Jets, that's another guy that I'm going to be like, "Hey, let's make a push and try and get Vrabel in here. We have all the defensive talent in the world for him to build with, right? If Sauce can pull his head out of his ass, you have Quinnen Williams, right? You've got some really good pieces around him. I would make a push for Vrabel, honestly. And how can you deal with an old quarterback? Bring in an old player.
But if you're Vrabel, I think where my hesitation would be is, okay, the Titans thing derailed because we didn't have a quarterback. We made Tannehill work as well as you could for like 2 or 3 years. And
we had
then
Derrick Henry.
Things got dicey. We could run the ball, play some defense. So I'm going to take that Jets job maybe Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback, which may be good or bad for 1 year, but I would personally be looking for a little more stability at that position, and don't even talk about the stability with the franchise being
I don't
bottom
think
three
Fraves,
in the NFL.
I don't think Fraves buys into the Jets at all. I think Fraves is probably like, this is not.
I'm not fixing this.
Yeah, I don't even want to be a part of this. I'm coming from an organization that we ran things, and this guy's listening to his kids when it comes to. There's no way Fraves even gives that job contention. Do I think he's upset that Belichick was like, I want Gerard Mayo to be the next guy? No, I don't. I think that Vrabel was a head coach. He's been coaching in this league long enough that Bill did something for Gerard, and it comes down to Bill and Gerard. And I think that, honestly, I kind of like when Kraft got up there yesterday and was like, this is on me. Like, how this is on me because I hired Gerard to change this entire culture, and that wasn't fair to ask. And I was like, wow, that's the first time I've ever really heard an owner be like, I screwed this up really bad, and this one's on me. And at the same time, did you see Rob Gronkowski? Did you see how visibly upset he started getting?
They had to
go right to
stop him
commercial.
physically.
Dude, like Strahan grabbed him and was like, hey, let's go to commercial, and looked right at JB and was like, go to commercial now. Because he's like, his hands started going up, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
That was
like,
weird.
You could tell that he was like really upset. Like, obviously, and this is what I think everyone's forgetting, but I've talked to a few of these dudes. The dudes that played on the Patriots, they're like their whole fraternity. They're their own thing, man. You start messing with those dudes, Willie McGinnis comes out with a bottle. Like, shit happens, man. They do not mess with each other. They don't like it when you mess with them. That's why I'm like, no, Vrabel's not going to the Jets. He's going to the Patriots because they're going to call him and be like, we messed up. I just told everybody I messed up. And now I'm hiring you. You're my guy. Now you're going to fix this. And guess what? We got a high draft pick. We got money to spend, and you're the guy I need back in here.
They don't have money to spend. That's the problem.
Oh, well, after they cut everybody, they will. I hate to tell you,
but they're going to have to
drafting
eat
high for a lot of time.
They're going to have to eat a lot
They're
of.
going to eat
That's fine.
a lot of dead cap. That's the thing. If whoever takes that job as a Jets, you have to build in some I need 4 years to build and dig myself out of this hole.
Yeah.
Right. That's just what needs to happen, and because there's no way, unless by the grace of God, you can turn that roster around in a year with the cap situation that they're in, unless you hit on every draft pick.
Which they've never really done.
Yeah. Last thing here, last 3 minutes here, one more sort of Black Monday dumb football question. So Doug Peterson fired. Trevor Lawrence
kept his job.
Yeah, Trent Baalke, your guy.
Kept his job
Tony.
somehow.
So they're going on now, head coach number 3, I believe, for Trevor Lawrence, who's got the bag already, $55 million a year. And Trevor Lawrence at this point, there's been some injuries, has the same career passer rating as Mac Jones and Case Keenum. So my dumb football question is Trevor Lawrence the problem? Is he the coach killer around here?
At 55
or is there
million?
still
No.
Is he going to be saved at some point with the right coach?
I think right now that's what Shad Khan's looking at is like, listen, we're paying him an exuberant amount of money, and it's not working. This is why we're letting you go. Do I feel bad for Doug? I do. I think at times he was handcuffed. I think that drafting Brian Thomas Jr. this year was a phenomenal get. I think that they definitely have the talent that they could make things happen, and I think the problem becomes that division is so weak that when you look at it, Shad Khan's like, how do we have some of the best playmakers out here, yet we are the lowest in the lowest division? After coming out this year and saying, it's going to be our best year, it's going to be our best, this is the best team we've ever had, and it was like, nope, no, it's not. Like, those words were eaten so fast. And at the same time, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I always feel like Trevor Lawrence is hurt. And at some point, if I'm the owner, I'm like, hey, the guy I'm paying the most money to is always getting stretchered off this fucking field. So how about the next time he gets stretchered off, you're going to get stretchered off. You can go with him. Like, at some point, I think that's where Shad's like, this is not adding up. Have great talent, paying him almost $60 million a year. Dude is barely finishing any games. There's a problem with the plays that we're running. There's a problem with the scheme. At the same time, that's why Trent kept his job, because when you look at this, you're like, no, you have playmakers. You're just not making any plays. You guys are just falling late into games. You're getting smacked in the mouth and then falling apart quickly. And it's like, that falls on the head coach. I feel bad for Doug Peterson, but at the same time, I totally agree with this move. It's like, hey, man, we can't keep doing this over and over and over and watching our quarterback on the ground. That is the one thing that will set an owner and off faster than anything. Seeing his superstar on the ground and then getting exited off the game, like he's probably up there throwing shit in the suite.
Cut to the tunnel of Trevor Lawrence being dragged up, or like all that stuff. Yeah, you've got to protect if you don't protect your franchise quarterback, you're toast. Right. So I think they're gonna spend a bunch of money in free agency on offensive line. I think they make a push for Trey Smith, right, who's going to be a free agent out of Kansas City this year. I think he's going to be the top guard, right? He's going to be $100 million guard plus. Right, so you pair him with Brandon Sheriff, you get another left tackle, obviously, because they got rid of Ezra Cleveland, right? So you get back, you figure out a left tackle situation, and you build from the inside out of how to protect Trevor Lawrence, because you hit a superstar in the first with Brian Thomas, right? That dude's going to be a superstar, right? Gabe Davis is going to come back off of injury. Like, you hope all your guys kind of come back, and you give a chance here as a new head coach to come in and play with a lot of shiny new toys.
Yeah, I think I still stand for Trevor Lawrence, man. Like
I do too.
There's something there, man.
Listen, you can't go through college and you can't show up in the NFL day one and them go, this guy's only lost one game in his entire career, right? You can't do that and then turn around and suck every year in the NFL and have everyone be like, was it us? Was it him? Was it them? No, he's a good player. Kid's clearly great. He played at Clemson. He's phenomenal, can spin the ball any which way. You can't spin the ball when you're walking into the tunnel. You can't spin the ball when your helmet's turned backwards or sideways, or you can't walk, or you can't plant. There's so many things.
Or you're unconscious.
Right. Like, there's so many things that it's like, yeah, I know why you're not winning games. It's because that guy's not finishing.
Brad Childress once said, you can't make the club in a tub.
No, dude, I remember, hey, true story, Greg Minuski. You ever go back and look at some old Greg Minuski videos? There's one of him sitting there, and he's like, I'm here to play football, chew bubble gum. We're all out of bubble gum.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this guy's a psycho, right? He came in the first day. I was a rookie. I was sitting in the cold tub, and he's like, can't make the club sitting in the tub, pussies.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not allowed to get in the cold tubs here? What the fuck?
My body needs it.
Oh, gosh, I need this. Yeah,
so I'm sure there's going to be more news throughout the week here, and we'll kind of see what drops. But, yeah, and by the way, Lions film breakdown posted on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel, so check that out too. Jay's on the road doing agent things. Booney's got to head to the gym to train the next generation of offensive linemen. Right. And I'll keep an eye on things for everyone here. The O-Line Committee, click that subscribe button, the like button. All right, dudes. Go Giants. Let's go do it. Let's make it happen.
Go Blue, bababy.
I'm on this train. Let's do it.